Hi, welcome back to another episode of Talk It Out. So in our previous episode, we talked about anger. But today we're going to talk about stress.
Yeah.
So I find it's not really an emotion. I don't think stress is an emotion, but
Stress is
it can bring about different emotions. Yeah. Right. So I guess this is something we want to address today.
Yeah, I think stress is something that people go through.
Yes.
It's a process. But some people coin it as an emotion.
Right.
Right? It's something that we feel, something that we experience. But we experience stress in a very different manner.
Yes.
Right? And personally, the way that I manage stress,
right,
versus the way many people manage stress is different. Last time when I was in the banks, yes, it was stressful, but whatever that I did after actually destroyed me.
For example?
For example, because every day chasing sales, right? Only time that I have to enjoy is when at night.
Yeah, not Sunday lah.
Yeah. So, picked up this very toxic habit of this place called Price Stage.
No.
Now called Cow Play Cow Move.
Okay. Oh wow, Price Stage. Wow.
Yeah. So when they were still at Price Stage, they had branches at Marina Square, Bugis Plus, for you to play those carnival games until like 1-2 a.m. The first time I went, I felt that release. Wow, don't care about anything, just go and enjoy.
Right.
Which I feel this type of guilty pleasures it's good. Where once in a while you know how to control it. But it went out of control and I didn't notice it until probably 6 months to a year later. So every other day, or sometimes every damn day, right, I'm going down to Price Stage. Every time I go down, I go back, right, I have my boot full of soft toys.
So now how many % shares you have at Cow Play Cow Move? No, maybe for that 6 months to a year that you were playing, I think you helped them to renovate and set up their
on the average,
funds.
On the average, I spend about $200 a day.
Wow, before you said a day, I still thought a month. I wanted to say, okay lah, not so bad. A day, 1 month, 6K.
Yeah, around there.
Wow, that's crazy
Yeah. Then sometimes it's no money already, right? Take credit card, go and do cash advance.
To play?
Yeah, because I felt that was a release.
Right.
And it's to a point even my mom asked me, hey, you okay now? Bring some soft toy home for yourself. I mean, at that point in time, I was a 25, 26-year-old banker. Banker bringing all these things home. But to me, it's not the soft toys, but it's more of the release that I get.
Yeah, I get what you
while
mean.
playing. Like I could forget everything and bring myself back to when I was a kid.
Yep. I fully understand.
So when I went through that process, I think it destroyed me financially. It also destroyed me mentally and physically. Because every night I play until 2-3 o'clock, right? Go home sleep. Next morning 8 o'clock need to reach office. Some branches they open at 8, right? Like rightfully we need to reach at 7:30.
Oh, okay.
Then although yes we are sales staff, but then again we still need to be there to open the branch.
Yeah.
And then because of the sales target, then the stress roll. So stress, I would say, is something that is good to motivate you. So if without the stress, I tell you, I won't do shit.
Yeah, I agree. So I feel like stress. Actually, there isn't good or bad to stress. I feel like we should look at stress very objectively, as it is. And stress is it's always existent. And we all need some sort of stress, a little amount of stress to push us forward. If not, we'll be too chillax and relax and do nothing. But then again, if we hit the other side of the spectrum where it gets overbearing, then how do we manage it? So it's really about achieving balance lah.
Yes.
Otherwise, like what Edwin is sharing, right? If you have too much and you don't know how to deal with it, then what happens is you might resort to such stuff lah, like going for claw machine, catching stuff or whatever, or maybe even like
that was
gambling.
throwing coin.
Or
Literally, $1 could get me like maybe 5 coins.
Oh,
Or 10 coins.
Oh, you mean the put the thing then the slider, the push thing?
No, it's not the slider one. It's the you like toss the coin right. Then see whether it hit inside the circle.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's damn stupid.
Right. So yeah, where we're driving is, so if you don't deal with stress properly, right, or don't know how to manage it, then this is where sometimes you might indulge in this kind of pleasures. Not that it's wrong, but overindulgence can lead to addiction in that sense if you don't know how to cope. Because ultimately indulging in this and seeking for that release is like trying to get the dopamine and like I feel very shook.
Like
so
there was a
chill.
time whereby I didn't even know why am I going back to play.
Oh
and it's the point I think although we played so much, right?
Yeah.
we still closed down. It's only after they closed, right, the price stage, when they were moving towards public more. Right, they closed price stage then I started to stop going.
Oh, okay.
But when I look back then like wow, siao, it's stupid. If I didn't do that, right, and it's for 6 months, imagine 36,000.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of money into that.
Yep.
Then end up right when I moved house, I had like those Paulo Tai. I really give away a lot of soft toy. Even the Rilakuma 1.5 meter one. Scooby-Doo life size one, Hello Kitty the space edition or whatever. A lot of this type of like limited edition one. End up where? Salvation Army.
Yeah.
Really.
Okay lah.
After song
cause.
one, after song one 8 bags of that Paulo Tai went to Salvation Army.
Right.
Yeah, where I mean I don't feel that I want.
Yeah.
Because I let go already. That one was like maybe 6 years later. Yeah. Then it is during that period then I realized it actually stress got many ways to deal with it.
Yes, that's right.
Right? And it is something that when we are aware of stress is good, but we need to be aware of how much and how to release. Sometimes on the other spectrum is we need to learn how to apply stress on ourselves, apply that pressure on ourselves. Right? Because to me stress now is a motivator.
Yes.
Right? It motivates me to continue doing what I'm doing. It motivates me to push myself that little bit further.
Right.
Same as going to the gym.
No, okay, but my take on it is, but that's you. And I think what's most important about it is to curb stress, right? It's really to actually look at it from an entirely different perspective. And once you're able to look at it from a different perspective, which I'm pretty sure you are looking at it from this perspective now, that's why you find like, oh, it's a motivator.
Yeah.
But so because there are many perspectives to it, right? If you look at it as, wow, I got this, wow, the work so hard, oh, and everything's all negative, right? Then you realize that stress tends to be very overbearing. It becomes a burden. It's like dragging you down the seabed, when you're trying to swim and float. You can't float.
Yeah.
Right. But also I find like the reasons why people have this stress is also because more often than not, right, they try to aim to do too much at one time. Right? And I think sometimes so setting expectations for oneself and for others are good. But I think we have to all be very realistic and see whether the expectations we are setting is, realistic and down to earth or not. If we set too high, then you will always have a shortfall in your performance, Then you go and set so high, then you every time cannot hit. Then you end up like, wow, I feel so gankor, I feel so kick sim, stressful, don't know what to do, feel so pressured. Then that is negative,
Definitely.
How about the positive part? What will you say?
I think the positive part about stress is that it shows you where your loopholes are.
Right.
Inside your plan, actually 这里有东西不齐全, not enough. Okay? And that is where you can identify all these gaps. Then fill the gap, no stress anymore.
Right.
Right? Sometimes it's like when you find it stressful to keep replying to your clients.
Right.
Then that is where then is there a better way for me to reply to my clients? Is there a better way for me to respond to my clients? Right. Or if we dig deeper, sometimes it's not because your client want to talk to you, trust me. Sometimes it's because of your other lapses that causes your client to want to call you.
Right.
And then you can go and identify that holes. Why I see it as a motivator? Because it allows me to improve myself.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
And then when I go through all this and I don't feel the stress, so easy, right? It's not that I don't feel the stress. I know how to apply and I know how to release the stress of myself. Right? There are times where I need to squeeze myself, but I know that I cannot operate or cannot function at my 100%. When I feel the stress, release first. Focus on what I need to do. Finish ready, then revisit it. Am I still stressed?
Can I also then say that maybe the best way to curb stress firstly is to look within ourselves and identify where could be the where could be the possible areas that have caused this stress to arise. For example, is it due to lack? Like we find that we are not adequate in this area, so we know that we are not so good in this area, but we got to keep doing this. Then end up when we do something that we are not so familiar with or not so skilled, then we become very stressed, So instead, if we can identify so-called the root cause, then we can try to improve ourselves on this area. For example, if I'm good at sales, but maybe I'm lacking in administrative tasks. So every time I do admin reports, I feel like a lot leh, 做不完leh, torture leh. Maybe might it be the opportunity for me to now revisit that problem and work on it, right? And maybe go for a course, do some self-improvement, and once I'm adequate and skilled enough, then I know how to do very well, no stress really, right?
So I think that is something that you can use stress for. Because a lot of times people tend to forget themselves while going through the stress,
right?
While embracing the stress.
Right.
Yeah. Because a lot of times when we see stress only, right, it has a very negative connotation. Don't feel stress, don't feel stress, don't feel stress.
Yeah.
But then it's also the way that you say it to yourself.
Right.
Don't feel stress, don't feel stress. Then the brain only hears stress, 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 stress.
Right. Maybe it's also how we can work it, right? Like, when you're feeling stressed, instead of telling yourself, don't feel stressed, don't feel stressed, it could be take a breather, calm down. I don't have to do everything at once. Let me split and organize my tasks, which is of more priority, which is more important that I have to settle at hand. I do it first now, and then when you have it organized, like write it down on a notepad. Step 1, 2, 3 in terms of importance, like most important, less important, not so important, and then the can shift to tomorrow kind of thing, right?
I think that's the time management.
Yes,
like there's this T1, T2, T3, T4. Not the airport.
Terminal. I was about to say that. Now got T5.
Like whether is it urgent?
Yes.
And important?
Yes.
Or whether is it urgent but not important? Whether is it important but not urgent?
Right.
Or whether is it not important and not urgent?
Yes.
Right. So there's this matrix Probably if we can upload it somewhere.
Okay, maybe we can do it up and then we can add that. We will add that as a link.
Yeah.
Maybe to a downloadable resource in Google Drive that can be shared with you guys. So it will be a matrix which we will split into 4 sections and then we will show this and then how you can.
But I think even if you go on Google, you go and look for time management chart, you should be able to find it.
I'm pretty sure they can be able to, but maybe let's try to do it so at least it's easier for you guys. We are like one-stop shop. You can hear us out, and then yet we still can provide you with whatever
I think
supporting materials.
This can be something that you all can do for this week. You go and do this. Arrange out your timing.
Right.
Arrange out what you want to do, why you want to do it.
Right.
Whether is it important or not important.
Right.
Okay. But while you are doing it, the focus that you want to hold in mind is. It's not whether or not is it a good thing or a bad thing. Okay? It's whether or not does this serve your purpose.
Right.
Why are you doing what you're doing?
Yep.
Does it build you or does it make you a better person?
Right.
It can be as simple as that.
Agree.
Right?
Agree.
Then you decide whether is it important or not.
Yes. But I think on another hand, there's also something else that I knew. I think it could have probably existed quite a while I'm a bit slow to find it but I found it out last year. It's this thing called the Pomodoro technique. Have you heard of it?
Don't know.
No. Okay, which means you split whatever task you need to do. So after you have split all these important tasks, and because you need the full focus to do one task, and just in case you don't know, and I'm promoting Pomodoro because I'm somebody that cannot multitask, and I don't believe in multitasking because I find it's putting your attention into so many areas that if you're going to put 10% of everything into 10 baskets, you only have 10% focus on one task. Why not spend 100% on one and clear one by one? That really can be a faster method, right? And the Pomodoro technique actually tells you like, go check it out. If I'm not wrong, if I didn't remember wrongly, it should be like a 45-minute interval where you do a task for I think 15 minutes and then you rest for 5 minutes. And then you do again for another 15 minutes, rest for 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes. Or then that is more than 45 minutes. I think it should be an hour. Yeah. Then it adds up to an hour. So after you have done 3 phases, so 15 minutes, rest 5 minutes, 15 minutes, rest 5 minutes, 15 minutes, rest 5 minutes, then you take a good 15-minute longer break. And if you go on your App Store or your Google Play Store, you should be able to find Pomodoro timers that can assist you with it. Yeah. And I find that gives you...
this is called Pomodoro.
Pomodoro. It gives you focused attention. And some of it, right, some of these apps can even help to silence your phone off from calls and whatever. So you know that I'm going to dedicate this time and space now for my task. And once it's over, move on.
Yeah.
That's it. Actually, it's just that it's really breaking into bits and putting full attention to it. Yeah.
So I mean, I learned this technique when I was studying, but I didn't know it's called Pomodoro. But I was only being told like the brain cannot focus for so long.
Yeah. Actually, since young, that's what I've been told. Like when we teach our kids, right, they tell you like, oh, you read books to them, right, or you ask them to read themselves. Read 2 minutes, stop. It's not a 15 minutes, but it's a watered down version. Read for 5-10 minutes, stop, so that they inculcate the habit, but they don't get sick of it.
Yeah.
And likewise for adults, then it'll be so we focus the attention, but we don't feel the burnout. Yeah.
So I think this is something that you all can do this week. Technically for stress, it is really how you maneuver your way through it and navigate through this space.
Yeah.
Because stress is it's accumulative.
That's right.
Sometimes bit by bit, right? Like you know the frog in the hot water.
Yeah.
How to kill a frog.
Yeah. From cold water slowly, then seek also
But you need to always remember that it is not about knowing that the water is getting hot, but it's about knowing when to get out.
Yes.
If you realize that it is killing you, come on lah. Why? Song lah.
Right.
So it goes both ways. Sometimes no stress also cannot. Too much stress also cannot.
Yeah.
Right? And it's up to your individuality. Right? And it's not like, oh, you have to follow me or follow Eugene. Find your own way.
Yep.
Right? Because sometimes some people cannot operate under stress.
Correct.
Some people need a lot of stress then can function.
Yes, that's right.
So you need to go and find that balance for yourself. Not that balance in terms of the stress scale 0 to 100. You know, okay, it is the balance within yourself.
Yes, that's right.
Okay?
That's right.
Can?
That's right. And I think to end this, more importantly, there are many ways to deal with your stress. You could do things like meditation, or you could go for a walk, go to nature, or I mean, even if you play games, that's really fine, but not obsessively lah. You know, like play 1-2 rounds and stop and it's time to do something, or listen to music, do something you like to lift up your mood, have a cup of coffee, or most importantly, you can also talk it out. Remember, never ever bottle anything up, because it will only, you know, when you bottle up, like increase, because it's like layers and layers that you're stacking on top of each other.
Sometimes when you explode, right, you also don't know which one explode.
Correct. And when it explodes, right, sometimes after you exploded, right, what they call it, 收不回, because the impact too big already,爆炸already. So remember, if you ever need a listening ear, find your best friend, find someone, talk to, chill out, and if you need anything, and you have anything to share with us, feel free to drop in our comments. Or if you like it to be anonymous, you can share with us in our email at
talkitoutsg@gmail.com.
Yep. And if you haven't already done so, remember to like, follow, and share. And we'll see you in our next episode.
Okay, bye.
Bye.